Thank you for joining me. The Introit for Sunday, May 16th is from Psalm 47 and Psalm 110. God has gone up with a shout, the Lord with the sound of a trumpet. The Lord says to my Lord, "Sit at my right hand until I make your enemies your footstool." The Lord has sworn and will not change his mind. You are a priest forever, after the order of Melchizedek. The Lord is at your right hand. He will shatter kings on the day of his wrath. As we observe the ascension of Jesus this Sunday, we have the reminder of the authority that Jesus has. Jesus sits on the throne of power. And this psalm in particular alludes to the authority of the Messiah. David states in this psalm that the Lord, that is Yahweh, says to his Lord, "Sit at my right hand." This is a direct allusion to the Messiah and the position of authority that he has. Now, many of us understand well the necessity of authority. Perhaps we have possessed authority in many areas of our lives and our careers, and we have lived and worked under authority. We also know that sometimes we and others will challenge authority. However, with the ascension of Jesus, one thing we cannot change is that Jesus is above everything, and every person is subject to the rule and the authority of God, whether they like it or not. And ultimately, this authority of Jesus is a comfort for his people. If there is no rule or authority over Jesus, then nothing can override anything that he has done or any promises that he makes. The enemies of his people cannot completely destroy them. There's nothing that can stand opposed to God and win. And his authority is absolute. David states the Lord has sworn and will not change his mind. The consistency and the steadfastness of God is a comfort for his people. When God promises something, we know that he will do it. When God says something, we know that will not change. With God, there's no moving target of expectations. I know that we might get frustrated with our leaders or our bosses when they're being inconsistent in their handling of their employees or their policies. But God is consistent. And one of those consistent areas is salvation. Salvation is by faith and faith alone, and nothing will change that. And we know that one day God won't change the requirements. Now, the other aspect about the position of Jesus is that he occupies a place where God, the one God, the true God, can only be. Throughout Jesus' ministry, many people and the religious leaders did not believe that Jesus was God. A prophet, perhaps, a really important person with special status, sure, but God? That was something that was harder for many to swallow. With Jesus' ascent into heaven and the location where he exists on the throne of God, Jesus is directly taking the place where only God can be. Meaning, Jesus is not some demigod or exalted person. Jesus and his location is telling everyone that he is God. And if he has all authority and rule, he is worthy of being followed, and his commands should be obeyed. The God we worship is the God who holds the position of authority. Nothing is above him. Nothing is greater. No force can overpower him, and nothing can cancel his commands. And for those who trust in him, we are safe and secure because he is God and he is our King. Thank you for joining me.